the Internet Marketing and Business Solutions radio show with Ronald Couming from RCS Technology Solutions, where we help business owners and entrepreneurs achieve even greater success using various Internet marketing metrics and techniques. The purpose of this show is to bring on subject matter experts in the first two episodes. The third episode, I give you actionable tips. These subject matter experts come in from around the world, such as our next guest is calling in from Germany, and they will give you practical and actionable tips to help you achieve even greater success. Our next guest is Peter Brandl, and he has more than 3,000, you heard me correctly, 3,000 presentations in 13 countries and on 3 separate continents. He was an airline pilot, an entrepreneur, flight instructor, and multiple author, and is one of the most sought-after, unconventional, and sought-after speakers in the market. Benefit from his experience from aviation and learn how to become a solution thinker instead of a problem thinker, how to make decisions instead of putting things off, take full responsibility and stop blaming others. That is how to reduce friction, losses in the active team who wants to achieve goals. Peter, how are you doing today?
I'm wonderful. How are you doing?
Excellent. And where are you calling in from? I think it's Germany, correct?
Right. I'm in Berlin right now, and Germany, place I live, it's great. Great thing.
Wow, excellent. I've never been there, but I've always wanted to go to up there is the Rhine River, I believe.
You should come to Germany. And, actually, Berlin is one of the most vibrating cities. I think it's the most vibrating city in Germany and one of the most vibrating in Europe. So if you have a chance, do it.
Excellent, thank you. Because I've seen on, there is a travel show on PBS where they go up the Rhine River and they have all these beautiful castles and stuff from, 500, 1,000 years ago. And to me, on a personal level, that just fascinates me, that type of stuff. So, excellent. Now getting back to the radio show. Thank you so much for coming on. I listened to you speak, and I've listened to you a couple of times now, and I'm definitely a fan. I'm a believer in your process. Unfortunately, the listeners have yet to hear from you. Some of them, most of them probably haven't. Some maybe have. But can you give the listeners a little overview of who you are and what you do?
So, you mentioned some of the things before. I used to be an airline pilot. I'm a management trainer. I do management training for more than 25 years right now. I have written 4 books, of course, in German. One is published in English. And what I do, the special approach is I'm taking the research and the insights from aviation, and I transfer this into daily business issues. So, for example, if something happens in aviation, it usually does not happen because of some technical issues, but it happens because of the human factor. It happens because the things these humans in the cockpit or in the controllers or whatever they do. And there's very good research, and an aircraft is steered by human beings. It's operated by human beings, and a team or a company is, of course, operated by human beings as well. So why not take the insights from the one side and transfer them to the other side? This is my approach, and this is what I'm doing, and this is what I do: consulting and training and all this kind of stuff.
Excellent, and I do like your thought process with respect to coming from a problem-solving state of mind. If people, if you have a problem, you state it so it's clear, but then you don't get stuck in the problem. You don't keep going in circles. You focus on solutions, and I can't tell you how many times I've gotten in conversations with people, and it's almost like they can't get out of their own way because they don't come from that, well, let's solve it. They keep talking about the problems and the buts and the what ifs and why they can't. But so having that problem-solving solution. So how do you help people kind of how to get to that point?
Well, you see, if you use this airline or this aviation metaphor, it gets completely clear, because if you have a problem in a cockpit, if you are a pilot and you have a problem in a cockpit, it really does not make any sense to stick in the problem. You have to, no one cares who's guilty, and no one cares if it was your fault or if it was the fault of somebody else. You simply have to find a solution. Otherwise, you are going to die. And you can think about, if you have a problem, just ask yourself one very simple question. What would I do if I would have this problem in a cockpit? Yeah. So we are looking for a guilty one. I call it the guilt finder radar. Yeah. We switch on the guilt finder radar, and we are looking for somebody who is guilty. This may give us a good feeling, but it doesn't help. Yeah. Because the solution always is in the future. Of course, you have to analyze a problem, and you have to think about how come and how was it possible that this problem came up. But the solution always is in the future. And if we stop asking ourselves the question of guilt, and if we stop looking back, then we have our resources to concentrate on the future and to concentrate on the solution.
That's excellent, and I fully agree with you that that's where people need to be, and could possibly have much more success if they came from that state of mind. But if somebody isn't in that state of mind, I believe you are, and I believe I am. Unfortunately, a lot of business owners, they're just so busy and they just get so bogged down. So, what are some of the ways that you help people mentally and emotionally get to that point? Not that they should just be there, but like step 1, step 2, maybe a couple of tips. So what's your process for getting them there?
There's a very, very simple tip, and this is so simple. It's extremely effective, but so simple that it seems to be a little banal. The first thing is ask yourself a very simple question, and this question is, what can I do now? What can I do now? Yeah? Don't ask yourself whose fault it was this, or how come, or whatever. Just ask yourself, what can I do now? And then establish some kind of list, an action list. What can you do now? This is the first start that shifts your mind into solution thinking. Second, if you find yourself in a situation you described before, so you're back down. You don't see the light. You're so in the daily treadmill. Yeah, whatever. Then you can think about your tasks, the tasks you do during the day. There are two groups of tasks. The first is a group of tasks which keep the state of the art, which keep the status you have right now. For example, for me, doing a seminar is one of these tasks because I earn my money with doing seminars and with doing speeches. And if I want to stay here in this beautiful apartment in Berlin, and if I still want to have the opportunity to travel to the US, I have to make some money. So this is keeping. Yeah, this is a keeping task. And there are other tasks which are changing tasks. So which are tasks, when you do them, they are going to change something. For example, in my case, it's writing books. If in my case, if you are a public speaker or a trainer, and you write a book, this definitely is good for your expertise. This definitely is good for your fee and for your career and everything. But the thing is, it doesn't matter if you do this today or if you do this tomorrow or next week. So these things which would change something, yeah, they are important, but they are not urgent. And what we do have to do, we do have to switch our focus from urgent to important. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is the second thing. Switch your focus from urgent to important. And a third tip, in aviation we call this the what-if technique. If a problem arises in aviation, you better be prepared. So if you're sitting in the cockpit and, for example, you have an engine fire, you better know what to do when you have an engine fire. If the problem occurs and you, in this moment, have to think about what could be possible action steps, then you are lost. And in business, it's the same. You can ask yourself, what if I lose my biggest customer? What if there is a change in law, for example, which makes it impossible for me to do this business the way I did it before? What if I lose 3 of my most important employees? Just to give you some examples. In aviation, we have to go to the flight simulator. And in this simulator, we simulate scenarios which may occur. And the same you can do in business. Just ask yourself the question, what if? And do some kind of negative brainstorming. And when you have all these possible threats and all these things you really do not want to happen, then you can think about action plans. And when you start this project, this process, when you think, okay, what could be possible action plans for the 3 worst cases, then you will find out that they are kind of redundant. So you start with the first action plan, you follow the second, and you will experience that the third one is going to be kind of similar. So there sure will become they sure will have something in common. So if you do this technique, you are prepared for the next time something happens. You have an action plan, and this gives you a great advantage compared to your competitors.
Excellent. I really like it. So when you give these presentations, when you speak and have spoken in 13 different countries, is this pretty much what you speak on, the process and how people can use it to increase their leadership roles and stuff like that within their office?
Yeah. What I'm talking about, my main topics, the first one is communication. So I'm talking about communication. What can you do to improve communication, to reduce conflicts, to reduce friction, and all this kind. This is the first step. Second step is second area is decision making, and the third one is management. It's management, for example, how to transform your organization into a learning organization and or into an agile organization.
Excellent. I really like it. Now, if the listeners wanted to contact you, do you have like a program or a course that they might be interested in taking?
Yeah, definitely. So the first thing is you can contact me via my website. It's www.peterbrandl.com/en. So for English, www.peterbrandl.com. And what we do have a program which we are setting up in English right now. Of course, if for all your German listeners, I have plenty of stuff in German and also in Russian right now, but we are setting it up in English at the moment. So please feel free to contact me. Send me an email. I sign you up for the newsletter. I sign you up, or I give you the information for the upcoming programs. I give you the information what we do in the U.S. and what we do online. There are lots of stuff you can do where we help you to foster your business, to get your business to the next level.
Excellent. And the whole thought process, too, of helping people develop a more solution problem. You know, I call one of the stressors I have in life is when I call customer service, because a lot of times customer service at different businesses, I won't mention any, but they have a script, and they sit there and they read the script, and I'll call and I'll say, well, when I call them and they say, well, can you describe what happened? I say, well, okay, this is what's happening, and I have done this, and I've done this to potentially resolve the issue. The person I'm speaking to then, you know, has like their list of things, and then they'll go, okay, well, you need to do this. I said, well, I just told you I did try that. And then they said, well, okay, well, then you need to do this. And I said, well, I tried that too, because I know I've had this issue before. I've called you. You've told me what I needed to try. So I've tried those things before I call you. But it's like, because they have it sitting in front of them, they don't really even hear what I'm saying. They have their script, and their script dictates what they're going to say no matter what I say. And in that scenario, that they are far from coming from a problem-solving solution. Now, the other day, I called, and when I spoke to someone about a situation, I wanted to upgrade to two Galaxy 8 phones for me and my brother. The person who was explaining to us the process, and my brother wasn't ready for what they call a jump for another 2 months, but he went right into it, and he said, but if he did this, now you would then be eligible. So he gave us the solution. He solved the problem. So I stopped him, and I said, wow, I can't believe it. You know what I mean? Because when you're coming from, you're solving my problem. Most customer service people, they just tell me this, and that's it. It's so unique and so rare to have somebody give you the solution without even asking. So, it's a totally different mindset. So I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, and often it's the way the people, they are talking, but they don't listen. Yeah, and how should I get an idea of what your problem is if I talk? Yeah, there's no chance. If you are talking more than 50%, then you're talking too much. Period. Yeah. Yep. Kind of easy. We have to start listening again. This is a communication fact. This is a very simple checklist for processes like this. I use a very simple checklist. It contains only 2 questions. Question number 1: do I talk more than 50%? If yes, you are talking too much. This counts everywhere. It counts in a customer presentation. It counts in a lecture. Only exception are public speakings, but unless everywhere, first date, whatever, if you're talking more than 50%, you are talking too much. And it is possible that all participants talk more than 50%. Yeah, this is question number 1. Question number 2 is, do the sentences start with but or yes but? If the sentences start with but or yes but, you are talking about something which is not the topic. You are on a sidewalk or whatever. Yeah, ask yourself the question: what are we talking about right now? Or ask your counterpart, what is important for you? What could I do to make you happy? What could I do what do you want me to do to have a solution? How could a solution look like? Yeah, questions like this, and let your counterpart speak.
Excellent. Peter, one more time, thank you so much. Could you give us your contact information? And I just want to let the listeners know, if you're driving or you're unable to write down Peter's contact information, this show will be archived on my website, RCS Technology Solutions, and also on the WCAP 980 website. Up in the right-hand corner, they have a tab called Archives, and on my website it's called Media, drop-down menu. Then you'll see radio shows. Peter, can you give us your contact information one more? And I want to say thank you so much for enlightening us today and calling in all the way from Germany.
Thank you very much for having me. And the contact information again is www.peterbrandl.com. And the book title is Crash Communication Management Techniques from the Cockpit to Maximize Performance. But you find this all on the website.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Peter. And listeners, you've been listening to the Internet Marketing and Business Solutions radio show with Ronald Couming from RCS Technology Solutions, where we provide business owners and entrepreneurs the ability to achieve even greater success using various Internet marketing techniques and methods. Have a great day.